Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot, and welcome to the full moon in Gemini and the Mutable Grand Cross. This is all forming between December 4th and December 5th, and let me tell you, this full moon is a fated, a destined, a karmic crossroads full moon. It is packed, and it is a turning point for the better and a new life direction. Now, before we get started, I also just want to say thank you guys to each and every one of you for being here, for being part of the Honey Sea Star family, because truly each and every one of you make a difference. All of your comments, your likes, your shares, hypes, subscribes, donations, purchases from the Honey Sea Star store, each and every bit of it makes a difference. And I love you back. You guys make me melt. I cannot tell you. So, welcome to the full moon in Gemini and Mutable Grand Cross Virgos. So this is one of the most important, powerful, and life-shaping astrological events for Virgos in 2025. This full moon in Gemini is aligning at 13 degrees, the energy of divine femininity, the degree of mutable mastery, and it's a portal-like moment of mental illumination, transformation, thank you, and evolutionary growth. And it just so happens that it is happening in our 10th house, our house of career, reputation, and life direction. And it is arriving locked into a mutable grand cross involving the sun in Sagittarius in our 4th house of home and family, sitting opposite the sun and the full moon, with the north node in Pisces in our 7th house of partnerships and our south node in our 1st house of self and identity to the left and to the right. So this is truly a karmic, fated, destined crossroads full moon, and it is a moment of destiny. It is a moment of decision, and it's a moment where life says you cannot stay where you've been, and something is ready to change. So this full moon lights up your 10th house of career, public identity, reputation, long-term ambitions. It's a culmination, a revelation, and a turning point in your professional life that is happening here. And it'll be especially potent for Virgos that have planets at 10 to 16 degrees in their charts in the mutable signs of Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, and Sagittarius. And so if you're like me, put a heart in the comments below. You are going to feel this energy because we are Virgo suns, or whatever Virgo signs you have. And I also, for me, I happen to have a Sagittarius moon. So, hello. But right away with the cosmos, this is where Spirit is saying now is the time under this mutable grand cross. Stop pushing against what is. Align and move. So with this full moon, this grand cross, this is a time for Virgos where a career decision could be reaching a climax. And this full moon is not subtle, let me tell you. It is meant to change course. It is revealing a truer calling, a revealing of a project that no longer serves you, or it could even be revealing an opportunity that you overlooked in the past. And with it being locked into this mutable grand cross, it marks a very fated recalibration of the 4 pillars of life, with a big development or realization in your career, a turning point that's karmic or destined, fated in relationships. It's going to be calling a need to balance work and home life. It's releasing old patterns of control, overdoing, and self-sacrificing, and it's creating a pressure that will force growth and reorientation. So with this full moon sitting at the highest point in your chart, the 10th house, it is not small energy. This is like, it's the legacy that you want to leave behind. So right away with the tarot, this is where we're coming in with the Knight of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, and the High Priestess and the Tower and the Nine of Cups and the Magician. Oh my goodness, at the bottom. Revealing all of this, we're coming into it. So this is where starting things out with this full moon, when it comes into illumination, this is where you're standing in action, initiation, especially when it comes to your foundations, your comforts, your home and family. Because remember, the moon is ruled, exalted in Taurus, I should say. So this is where approaching this crossroads, this grand cross with responsibility, dependability, with kindness, compassion, stability, hard working with diligence in what you truly want to achieve, the life that you want to build, utilizing your resources, being conservative where you need to, letting go with what you need to be cautious of, right? This is all going to be opening up that heart chakra. And let me tell you, it is evolutionary in so many ways. It is a reorientation. So with the full moon sitting in the highest point of your chart, it is all about the legacy. I'll say it again. It is all about the legacy that you want to leave behind. The universe is like shining this flashlight onto your path, and it's saying, look, this is what needs to shift. And this is where you're shifting into with the high priestess energy. This is the dualities, utilizing your intuition, especially because our north node is in our 7th house in Pisces. A lot of us are shifting into career focuses of spiritual teachers, spiritual healers. This is the unrevealed future. Because remember, your soul wants growth. It's not necessarily asking for comfort. This is where the universe is shining that flashlight onto your path, and it's saying, this is what needs to shift. And because this full moon is in Gemini, our sister sign of Mercury, the sign of communication, the sign of intellect, the sign of movement, this shift, this shakeup could involve a major conversation, a contract, a public announcement, a choice between two paths, especially with the dualities here. Or it could even involve news that changes your trajectory. But since it's entangled with the Grand Cross, the full moon is only part of the story. So this is where your perceptivity, embracing the mysterious, right? Embracing the unknown, utilizing your intuition, aligning and listening to your soul with the direction that it wants to lead you. Embracing your psychic abilities, tapping in to the universe, the illumination and the energy, the power, the potency, the shaping power and potency of this full moon and this mutable grand cross is really what's going to lead you. So with this grand cross, this is one of the most intense configurations in astrology. It's creating this giant square, this crossroads in the sky, and it's in the mutable signs. So it's Gemini, Virgo, Sag, Pisces, and because of this, it's bringing change, it's bringing transition, it's bringing adjustment, it's bringing flexibility, it's bringing adaptability, and most importantly, it's bringing evolution. So with the Grand Cross here, it's going to force you to stretch in 4 directions at once until you finally break free of something outdated and you let that tower fall, right? This is a sudden epiphany. This is spiritual growth. This is overthrowing misconceptions. This is embracing sudden change, looking at the grave dangers of what was built on sand, looking at your ambitions, looking at where you've been self-sacrificing, where you've been helping, overworking, overdoing, overmanaging to the destruction of you and your identity. And it's flipping the table on all of it in so many ways to a new beginning that restores balance with disruption, with release, with feeding and honoring, cherishing your true inner desires. And if that resonates, let me know in the comments below. Put a heart in the comments below, because this is going to break you free of something that has been outdated, that you've already outgrown. So your career, your home life, your relationships, your sense of self are all being pulled in 4 different directions. And between the full moon and the sun stationing in your 10th house and your 4th house, this full moon is highlighting a classic axis for Virgos between career versus home, public versus private life, responsibility to others versus responsibility to yourself. So you're being called outward toward achievement, visibility, ambition, and at the same time, you're going to feel pulled inward towards home, family, inner peace, emotional security. This could manifest a feeling basically of being torn between work demands and family needs. It could also manifest as a move, a relocation, or a change in your living situation. It could manifest as a shift in your home dynamics, a pressure from career obligations that are affecting your emotional life. It could manifest as realizing that your work is taking too much of your energy, or even manifest as realizing that you've been hiding from your true potential. And that one just gave me goosebumps, so I know somebody needed to hear that. This full moon is forcing you to ask, where do I truly want to build my life? And what do I need to change to make that happen so that I rise towards my 9 of Cups, where wishes truly do come true. Material success truly manifests openly and fluidly towards you with magnification and magnetization of your heart chakra being wide open, utilizing your intuition guiding you straight there, both with these two, and with the throat chakra, knowing what you consent to, being cognizant of all that you consent to and what you don't. And it's being blessed by Jupiter here. I mean, this is your dreams being exalted with Jupiter, and that has a lot to do with your 11th house, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your desires, right? And that includes your inner imagination, what you truly imagine as what you want your life to look like, what you want to build in your life, and the direction that needs to change in order to make that happen. So alongside with all of this, right afterwards, we've got the Magician when it comes to your new beginnings. And we also have the nodes playing a very key role. So the lunar nodes are bringing fate, destiny, and karma into this push-pull. So with the North Node in Pisces and our 7th house of relationships, the universe is going to be pushing you toward deeper intimacy, spiritual partnerships, compassion, surrender, releasing control, trusting others, allowing connection. Meanwhile, at the same time, the South Node in Virgo in our 1st house is representing the old chapter of your identity. So it's representing the habits that no longer serve you. This is for Virgos, perfectionism, the self-sufficiency, the need to do everything yourself, the tendency to overthink, overwork, and overmanage. The South Node is saying, let this go. You cannot grow if you cling to this any longer. And while the North Node at the same time as the South Node is saying that, the North Node is saying step into your partnership, learn to trust, don't do life alone. So during this full moon, a fated meeting could occur with the North Nodes playing their roles in this, with this grand mutable cross. An important conversation might be happening with a partner. You might have a call to a deeper commitment or a moment of truth, or even find a need to renegotiate balance into your work and your home life, or even have a realization that a relationship is karmically ending. This is the kind of alignment that changes your destiny. The relationship patterns that you choose now in this full moon under this grand cross will alter your next 18 years. And this is where you're being called to truly manifest and use your intuition to guide you, because all of this alignment is going to be giving you those insights. They are going to be valuable and priceless with the direction that you pave your way through over the next 18 years. So with the South Node in our 1st house, this full moon may bring moments where you look in the mirror and think, I'm not who I was before. I can't keep doing this. More importantly, you may be looking in the mirror, especially with the South Node playing a role with this full moon, saying to yourself, I'm ready. I am ready for something new. And I am ready to manifest that. Your identity is shedding its old skin. You're being called to release outdated self-perceptions, release rules and roles that you're tired of playing, that you're tired of being entrapped to or held back by. You're being called to release the response. Let me correct myself there because I'm kind of stammering. But you're being called to release being that one guy or that one gal that has to be the responsible one all the time, that has to be the fixer or feels that they need to be the fixer, that has to be the glue in every situation. Release being the one who carries the burden. And if that resonates, put a heart in the comments below because I felt that one. This is where you're coming into a place of self-mastery. You're stepping in to a place that's all about your spirituality, that's all about building as the master builder in your life, utilizing every bit of your sacral flow energy with your creative power. And this is the time to manifest, take initiative, put ideas into practice, release what needs to be released, make the decisions that you're called to. Put yourself on the trajectory that your intuition is guiding you towards because everything is ready. You are evolving. This full moon wants to step and wants you to step into a more fluid, intuitive, emotionally open version of yourself. This is a self or a version of yourself that allows partnerships and support. You're evolving under this full moon, this grand cross, and let me tell you, Virgos, this is where others will notice this evolution. So, as a career decision becomes unavoidable, know that endings bring opportunities in disguise. As home or family responsibilities demand your attention, know that change is the only thing that we can be certain of in this life. And as a relationship reaches a turning point, know that it's karmic. It's not random. It's meant to end. It's meant to make room so that you can ascend. This is where, with the Page of Pentacles in reverse right away, this is where it's like, it may feel like unexpected change and it's going to feel uncomfortable, right? It's going to feel like you're pulled in 4 directions. Could be the arrival of bad news, especially with Gemini in the mix. That is that communication energy, right? So could be a conversation, could be news that you hear, that you face, that you get to have. This is the time where as change is the only thing that in life that we can be certain of. As a relationship reaches a turning point, a part of your old identity, as it dissolves, know that it's a layer that you've completely outgrown and it's here to make room. As an important conversation, even though it feels or may come across as bad news, as it takes place, know that contracts, commitments, agreements, even confrontations will bring clarity under this full moon. So, and I should say under this grand cross. Just saying, they're connected. There's no way we can get around this. And I will also say too, as a path divides, know that you are empowered, that you get to pick the direction. You get to decide what you truly want to build. And this full moon, this grand cross is giving you the insights that you need so that your path and your purpose become clearer, become rooted, become stronger because you feel it with your heart. Thank you. Your heart chakra being aligned, your heart chakra being opened, and your spirit being awakened. This is feeling your way through, not thinking your way through, right? So the intensity of this full moon may feel like pressure. It may feel or make you feel restless or overwhelmed, especially with the mental chatter and the decision fatigue. But it can also feel like a revelation. It will also feel, when you lean into this energy, like a breakthrough. It'll feel like a liberation. And the moment that your life starts to make sense, that is the biggest thing about this full moon, is that the decisions that you make, not only is it like the new 6-month cycle, the decisions that you make during this time, whatever path, trajectory that you choose, it's a moment where life starts to make sense. So give yourself grace. Don't push. Don't force. Just allow the truth to come through because life is what's going to change you. This is the time to let life change you. Let others start and step in. Be open to partnerships and know that you're not meant to do this alone. If something ends, it's because something better is on its way. Don't avoid what needs to be said. Choose the path that feels aligned, not the path that feels safe, because your soul wants growth, not comfort. This is a new life direction that you're seeing. So as you juggle this, the biggest thing is, even though it'll feel uncomfortable, it will bring you back into balance, and it'll bring your life with this new life direction into harmony. This is where whatever has put you in a financial, spiritual hardship, made you go through financial difficulties, hard times, cold weather, right? Figuratively, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. I am just saying it is snowy out there. But either way, this is where you're coming out of that poverty mindset, that lack mentality. It's going to liberate you from all of this. This full moon, this mutable grand cross is truly a blessing for Virgos, and it is so important. It is so powerful. So this full moon too, I will say, it is not about comfort, and it is not a single moment. It's a pivot point that will affect the next 6 months of your life. And you've got time to work with this energy. This boat is not yet over here, right? He's moving away from choppy waters towards where the clouds are parting. He's taking leadership, and he's also taking leadership towards change. It's the one thing that we can be certain of in this life, out of all things that are thrown at us that we cannot anticipate no matter how hard we try and plan for them, right? So this is the time. You've got the time to work with this energy. So the choices that you make now, the truths that you acknowledge, the endings that you accept, the new beginnings you embrace, all of them will shape your path as you step into your leadership, right? This is knowing your faith, knowing what you know to be true, knowing to follow your intuition because your soul knows the way towards your highest ascension. This is where you're moving towards change, and you're doing it with grace. You're doing it with flexibility. You're doing it with adaptability. And all of these aspects, all of the choices, all of the truths, all the endings, all the new beginnings that occur with this mutable grand cross, this full moon in Gemini at 13 degrees, all of them will shape your path as you walk forward into 2026. So as you meditate, oh my goodness, that's a lot. I'm going to put those back. As you meditate, as you journal, as you ground yourself under this full moon energy, ask yourself, what career chapter is ending? What new direction, more importantly, is calling me? What relationship truth is becoming clear? What part of myself am I ready to release? What life do I want to build? Let the answers all rise naturally, because this is where the Nine of Swords comes in reverse. This is where calmness comes in. This is where control comes in. This is where healing occurs, recuperation occurs, and it is where your light comes. Your future is lit up. Your path is lit up by the universe. Let the answers rise naturally. This is a powerful, transformative moment for Virgos and in your journey, and it's asking you to step into a new version of yourself. It's asking you to step into a new version of yourself that is softer, wiser, more open, and a new version of yourself that's more aligned with your soul's purpose. If you felt that energy, by all means, let me know, because if you resonate with this message, with the way that I read, please like, share, subscribe. That's what helps with getting these messages out to the ears that need to hear them, so that we can collectively all rise together. I'm being pulled to that one, so I'm going to pull it out. But that's how we all help each other rise together, especially with this mutable grand cross and this destined fated crossroads towards a new life direction. I will say too, if you felt this message, please by all means share your thoughts in the comments, because I really would love to hear how and what this full moon is activating for each and every one of you. This is where we're moving away from disappointment, and we are walking straight towards change that really enlightens and illuminates higher meaning, wisdom, soul-searching resonation, our highest dreams, and anchoring them with Saturn's energy into our abundance, into our stability. This is the time that awakens and opens this wonderful portal for each of us Virgos of prosperity, personal justice, personal power, strength, and leads us straight towards our success, straight towards our harvest. And with the crown chakra lit up, straight like towards our inner fire. This is the fool's journey kind of situation here. And this is where with the hangman in reverse, it is allowing us to truly release any self-righteousness, any martyr aspects, any false spiritualities. It's asking us and it's helping us release any place within us, emotionally, physically, spiritually, where we've neglected our spiritual development, where we've been put into despair, where we need to forgive so that we can reclaim our power, where we can walk away and stand strong against any persecution. And I will say too, I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard this, but there is a 700-year-old, I think it's 700 years, don't quote me, history and prophetization with Virgos. So the thing about Virgos is we are witnesses, right? We witness everything. And as the zodiacs, we are truly the record keepers in a lot of ways. We witness, we heal, and we teach. That is the journey of the Virgos. But through history, we were diminished, we were persecuted, so that history and Gnostic knowing could be lost. One of the things that this full moon, this mutable grand cross is going to be awakening in each and every one of us Virgos as a new life direction is the spiritual teacher, the spiritual healer within each and every one of us. So the prophecy is basically after the 700 years. There's a great remembering, right? Especially as we come into 2026 of the great awakening, for the great reset. This is where we're all being called to. And it's our new beginning. It's embracing the dualities because we choose to know the truth. We choose to remember, to learn, to share, to experience, to teach, and to heal, to bring everyone as a collective back into synergy with the three, with communication, with our creativity, with dynamic balance, and with expression, utilizing our intuition. And also, too, I will say, this is where Neptune, our planet of compassion, allows us to truly lead in love leadership. And if that resonates, let me know what you're activating and awakening to. Now, before we go as well, I do want to also say, I'm putting together a guided meditation. I'm trying a new approach to it as well. It's very spiritual. So I'd love to hear what you guys think of it. It'll be coming out, it's my next in line for what I'm doing here. So it'll be coming out, because they take a little bit longer to process, towards mid-afternoon here tomorrow. I'm doing this reading here on the 3rd. So it'll come out before the full moon illuminates, and we'll certainly have time to work with the energy as the Grand Cross aligns as well. But let me know what you guys think. I'm really trying to evolve the meditation videos so that they're truly tools for you guys and experiences that help you with your awakening. Now, with the spirit animal totems, what we've got it right away that flew out is the black bear, which I just love black bears. I'm just saying, these guys, out of all the bears, they are the sweet ones. Don't get me wrong, no bear is to be taken for granted. They are a respectful animal, and they require respect. They are power, right? But they are also guardians. And black bears in particular, they are known for, out of all the bears, their wisdom and their gentleness. So now is the time to call into that power. Ask them to give you your confidence and your power and help protect you and the ones that you love as you awaken your intuition and follow the crossroads as you choose the life direction that you want to build. This is where, like I said before, especially with Pisces being in here, being involved, this is the time to step into partnership. Learn to trust. Open yourself to the partnerships that are coming in and let others step in. This is where, during this Grand Cross, as you meditate, say to yourself, today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration, and I choose to be happy because I am a protector and I am a friend. I allow others the same in my life. This is where also too, I mean, this speaks to the adaptability of Gemini with the swan. Glide across the waters of your soul. Bring your awakening into the light with all your wisdom and transform under this full moon, this grand cross, into the elegance and grace that adaptability and flexibility is really granting you with this Geminian energy, our sister sign. This is the time to ask Spirit, ask the universe to inspire you with dignity and the spirit of beauty that only flexibility and adaptability has, especially as we walk through change and arise, reborn. This is where Spirit is saying you can reinvent yourself at any time. This is the time under this full moon, this mutable grand cross, be open to the rewards of change because you have brilliance in you to share with the world. Love every part of your journey because the world needs your transformation and the gifts that you're meant to shine. And what a blessing. We've got the bison here. You are walking straight into abundance. This is the sacred buffalo, cloaking you in wisdom, keeping you warm through the storm of life, filling your path with goodness, and teaching you the way of gratitude and prayer into your new beginning and transformation. This is gorgeous. I can't help it. I just got goosebumps again. And if you did too, let me know in the comments below. Put a heart. But before we go, I do just want to look at our major arcana here. For anyone that is meditating, I cannot stress it enough. This is the time to do it. And like I say, I'll put together a meditation, a guided meditation video with affirmations, yes, but a little bit more spiritual activation. I'm going to focus on each of the houses and then also each of the signs. All of the impact. So the moon focus in Gemini, the sun in Sag, North Node in Pisces, and what we need to release with the with our South Node in Virgo in our first house. So if you do improv musically, though, remember frequency of music is our most powerful tool with alignment, with magnetization, and with manifestation. So what we pulled in this reading is a G sharp, an E, a C, two G sharps, an E, and a C. And then color frequency wise, what we pulled is indigo, yellow, and red. I mean, this is full shoes journey with the crown chakra, straight with soul's temple's guidance with the yellow. Our renewable energy source, rooting and anchoring our new beginnings, our new life direction into our reality, into our recalibration. So I am sending you guys so much love and light during this full moon, this mutable grand cross. If you like this reading, like I said, please like, share, subscribe, because truly each and every one of you are what enable this message to reach the collective so that we can all rise together. But until we see each other again, I am sending you so much love and light. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading.